welcome to another edition of Fridays with Frankie here on the Frankie and Ding Dong Show. I am your host, Frankie Avalon, here with my best friend and co-host, King Ding Dong. How you doing tonight, Ding Dong?
I'm doing all right, Frankie. How are you doing?
All right. It's been a couple weeks since the show. Life gets in the way sometimes, work and play and all that stuff. But
yes,
we're here to cover a bunch of stuff. We got a couple of tournaments that we've had since then to go over. Some league stuff, some high score shout-outs. If anyone has any, you name it, we're going to cover it tonight. So, we'll kind of get into it, and we may have a special guest tonight, Travis Sparks from juniorbowling.com. Is going to be checking in with us, we hope. So we have an invite out to Travis, just waiting to see if he can get in here and talk with us. And we already got people coming in to the stream. We appreciate it. We are live on Facebook, Twitch, and our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the Frankie and Ding Dong Show YouTube channel. Our numbers have gone up a little bit. We got another 24 subscribers, but we need to get to that 1,000. We get to that magic 1,000 mark. We're going to do a giveaway. It's going to be awesome. So tell your friends to subscribe to the channel. Hey, look at this. Brian Gaskell in there. I'm going to see you, sir, in about 13 and a half hours, I think. So, yeah. So we're going to talk about that tonight, too. And what's going on this weekend out in East Providence, Rhode Island. But first, let's go over some tournament champions here we had recently. Glossy Mexican Tommy Guns winning the check behind me. You can't see it on air. I'm going to grab it right here. Here we go.
Yeah.
There she is. The big check.
Scotch on the rocks.
Scotch on the rocks right there, folks. Tommy Guns, Glossy Mexican winning Scotch on the rocks. It was a fun tournament. I think they faced Grindham Gaskell and Stephen Dale in the final, right?
Was it Stephen Dale?
Or was that in the semis?
It was Lawnmower Man and
Lawnmower Man and Storm DeVincent. Yes,
Yes.
I think they defeated Stephen Dale and Brian Gaskell in the semis.
Yeah.
But we had some heavy hitters that made the final 8 teams in that.
Yeah,
it was a who's who of bowling in New England bowling for sure.
Yeah, definitely a tough shot and was definitely a good test of the bowling.
By the way, I'm excited. So I'm going to be there with Grindham Gaskell. He actually checked in. He goes, "We'll get you some followers tomorrow when you guest host with me." I'm going to be on the Neva stream tomorrow.
Nice. Awesome.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Frankie Aberlon going Southern New England style.
Is it going to be James or Frankie?
It's always Frankie on the air. It's always Frankie,
okay.
yeah. There's James on the lane sometimes, but Frankie in the booth.
You might have to install a mini filter at least.
Yeah, I'll keep it PG-13. It's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be like a Marvel movie. You know what I mean? The Marvel movies are usually they're no it's not Deadpool like our show, rated R. It's Marvel, which is fine. I can do this.
Right.
I believe in myself.
Okay.
Brian believes in me too, I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, we'll see, right?
It's going to be fun. I can't wait. So there's 2 tournaments going on this weekend at East Providence, Rhode Island. A couple of NEBA events. NEBA runs great tournaments. Trios tournament on Saturday. So I'm bowling with Grindham Gaskell and Tommy Guns, which will be fun. And then doubles, I get to bowl with Grindham Gaskell on Sunday. So it's going to be, it's going to be a lot of fun. A couple different oil patterns. Shorter pattern for the Trios event tomorrow. Challenge pattern. And then a longer 44-foot pattern on Sunday for doubles. So
Nice.
kind of interesting, the longer pattern for the doubles and then the shorter pattern for the trios, which that's just fun.
Forces you to bring 2 different optionals, really.
Yeah, I'll have a whole trunk full of bowling balls. So I'm left-handed. I'm at EP, a shorter pattern. Pretty good chance there'll be some urethane.
Everyone will be using urethane on the short. Yeah, 44 foot though.
I did just drill a fresh, brand new Pure Madness, Columbia 300 Pure Madness. I haven't even thrown it yet.
You might be able to use that on the short. That's a solid, right?
It is a solid. And I had to check because you can only use balls that have hit the worldwide release date at NEBA. And it happens today.
Yeah, that was released.
Today. So luckily the tournament, because we were talking, I had my date screwed up. I thought it was last weekend.
Right.
And then it wasn't. Thank goodness we got that hashed out.
Yeah.
And good thing it wasn't, because if I ended up bowling good with that ball this weekend, I wouldn't have been able to use it last weekend.
True.
So, it worked out pretty good. So,
yeah.
Tommy Guns, Glossy Mexican, bowl great. We added Glossy now to the Tournament of Champions.
Absolutely.
So we added another name to the tournament. Actually, 2 in the last 2 tournaments we've added to the
Yeah.
Tournament of Champions.
Yeah, because right before that, the Sphinx winner, Burnt Toast, Chris Monroy.
McMonroy's Burnt Toast.
Yeah.
Winning the KWT Sphinx tournament. That was a fun tournament. That was definitely interesting. That was a tough one. but yeah, it was good. It was a good tournament. Good. It was a fun finals to call on that one, and Chris bowled great.
It was
all
quite
day,
a field.
It was another stacked field. We're getting some really stacked fields, like every single event, which is great, and we have surprise, like there was people making their first cuts, and there was McMunroy winning his first title up here, so now he's TOC eligible, and we've added a couple names, 3 names this season alone to the TOC list, which is great.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking for. We love obviously repeat champions, but it's nice to add the new champions too. So.
Absolutely, and it's nice to do it in events that aren't our non-champions tournament, which will definitely add somebody to the TOC.
Yeah, the non-champs event is probably going to be my favorite one to call because it's going to be literally just running it all day. Not bowling. Neither of us can bowl.
Right.
So just running the tournament all day, kind of shooting the shit with people, having a good time.
Live streaming.
And, I think there's no reason why we can't live stream qualifying because
absolutely.
There's no reason not to. We can just cut the feed. So it's going to be a
fun.
Non-champs is going to be Non-champs is going to be fun. Maybe we can even get cameras going on both sides, which would be great. We'll see what we can do with that. We're not sure. Maybe.
Yeah. It will be fun though, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, if we get to our 1,000 YouTube subscribers by then, we can definitely do it because then we can stream directly to YouTube.
True.
And not even have to use like our StreamYard or whatever. We could actually stream StreamYard to Facebook on one side, have our YouTube feed going on the other side so people could flip back and forth.
We're getting newer and newer tricks though lately.
We are. We are. So, and that's what helps, any of the sponsorship money and stuff that comes into the tournaments, that a lot of that money goes into the prize fund, but we do use some of that for the technology fund as well. So, and you guys have seen it this season alone. I mean, the camera views, and everyone raves about the camera views. They love the down lane camera.
Absolutely.
They love the approach camera.
The pin cam.
Pin cam
we
is great.
Those split cam for the youth states this past.
Yeah, that's right. Had it for, a couple weekends ago. So
that was pretty awesome.
Dan Collins checking in from Florida. Hi guys, what's up, Dan?
What's up?
Told Dan I'm going to get my ass down there to Florida and I'm going to jump in his pool.
Fucking right. Hey, I'll be down there for Teen Masters.
Actually. There you go. Yeah, you should stop in and say hi while you're down there. Right. So the next KWT event coming up is Red Square. That's a brutal one. Bowled on Red Square before. That's always a tough tournament. 1-to-1 ratio, March 3rd, Bayside Bowl for that one. I believe the tournament signups have already gone out. It's probably full. Probably has a waiting list.
Oh, I'm sure.
If you haven't signed up yet, just do it. Call the front desk at gmail.com, the same email that Charlie always uses. So not this weekend, but next weekend. And then we have 3 tournaments coming up in March. Don't forget the April KWT event got moved to March 24th.
It did, yes.
So, which is going to jam-pack March, but for us with like state tournament and some other stuff going on, I know like we're gone one weekend for a Bull U thing in April. And then we have the KWT like Bowl of the Year thing in April. So we have state tournament in April. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. So it wasn't a bad thing to actually, Charlie moved that to March. It kind of freed up one weekend there, but it just jams up March a little more. So,
well, yeah, because bowling ball must be coming up. And then we have doubles qualifying that started. There's going to be finals for that. Right,
2v2 finals for that coming up. We have BOPO finals coming up. That's the bowling ball. This is like so much stuff. It's this time of year, right? You get to March and April, and it's just like chaos. And then like you get to like the middle of May, and it's like either people are at nationals or whatever's going on, and after that you kind of breathe for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And the Hungus 8K is normally right around that time, but now that's been moved to Columbus Day weekend, or whatever it used to be, Columbus Day weekend, Indigenous Peoples weekend, whatever it is now, October 12th and 13th. So Chris Monroy checking in. By the way, congrats on the title and welcome to the TOC. And he says the approach and down lane camera is awesome.
Oh, like that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So that's interesting now because that pushes it beyond the TOC, right? So wouldn't the Hungus 8K be after the next TOC now?
It will be. Point? It will be. Yeah.
So is there technically only 3 majors done this year, and is that how that's going to work? Or
well, it kind of monkeys with a little bit. Depends when you like. If we start the season in September, which is traditionally when the season would start,
we'll be fine.
It just pushes it a little bit later. So I mean, you could technically say
maybe the TOC would be the start of the season.
Right, basically, is that where the TOC will probably kick off the season, which is basically what the TOC did this year.
Yeah.
Basically, our first tournament was a Tournament of Champions. It's kind of like NASCAR does with the Daytona 500.
Right.
You have like a big major event to start the season,
Yeah.
which is basically what we're going to do this year.
And rather than ending with the AK, we'll
Right.
have the
So
AK
we'll have the mismatch play this summer. Don't worry, that's not going anywhere.
Yep.
So that's always a fun event. That's always that's to me that's probably the hardest tournament to win. I think.
Yeah, it's match play.
It's match play. It's brutal.
Match
You have to
play.
win a lot of rounds. It's 2 or 3 every single round.
Every single round, yeah.
And if you happen to catch someone who's hot, I mean, that's tough. You know.
How big is the field normally?
64.
Yeah, so
64. So you got to win 8 rounds. I mean, it's
it's the best of 3, right?
That's the 3 every round. So it's not like you can just move on to one big game and move on.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you win by 100 or 1. I mean, you just got to win matches. But at least now, and we're hoping that Bowler Builders did a great job with sponsoring. Like we had like some bonus cash that was given to the bowlers each round that lost at the highest average, which was pretty cool. That was a cool
That
thing.
is really cool. Yeah.
You know, $50 for the first round. I think it was 75 for the second, and then 100 for the third round. Because after that round, everyone makes at least 250. So,
right.
But that's pretty cool. So hopefully we'll get something like that again this year. Some incentive. Obviously, we'll work with Brunswick and possibly East Mitchell and some of those companies with that we talked to. Vinny's great with sponsoring that event and everything. So
yeah, and then we got Dave and Bugsy with
they do a great job.
Of course, Splinter with Bowler Builders,
Yeah, so we got some great sponsors. We're always looking for more sponsors. Any cash sponsors? Like we had Moosehead one year come in and throw in $500 for the tournament.
Well, we have Orno Brewing.
Orno Brewing's been great this year.
The $5 beers.
The $5 beers. I've definitely drank a few of those. So
and it helps with getting crowd participation. I think
it does. Absolutely, I agree with that. So so the Red Square tournament, March 3rd. That's the next one coming up for the KWT. Our next tournament, March 17th. That is our dual pattern event. So that's a fun one.
St. Patty's Day dual pattern.
St. Patty's Day dual pattern. I wish we had green oil. That would be fun for St. Patrick's Day. It'd be a gosh damn mess, but
so we weren't thinking about colored oil, but Greg and I were throwing around some pretty crazy ideas out there.
Maybe we can have green beer at least. That'd be kind of fun.
Green beer is like a thing on St. Patty's Day. I would be surprised if Bayside Bowl didn't, take part in that.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool. But
green Moosehead, or something.
Green
Orno. It would be Orno.
Green Orno.
Yeah.
Green tubulars. Green Kolsch.
Yeah, right. I mean, it would be easy enough to pour out a seltzer and put a little drop of green in there, right?
Yeah. Well, we hope all the staff at Bayside and Broadway survive school vacation week because that's always a busy week. So
got to pay for the center somehow, right?
Absolutely. So seems like things are going pretty good at Broadway. I got my Broadway Bowl Cup tonight. I enjoyed going over there. A couple of times I've been over there throwing games. I like the lane surface over there. You get like an amber lane surface compared to the HPLs and SPLs we go on at Bayside.
For sure.
Amber lane is definitely a cleaner as far as the ball gets through the front's easier.
Yeah.
Not cleaner like dirty, but you know what I mean. In bowling bowling terminology.
No, it's a great center. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun center. So 10 lanes, right?
10 lanes, and
so.
an amazing restaurant.
Yeah.
The outside deck, with the cornhole and heated leather couches, really cool. We had the shits tournament. I got to bowl in. That was fun because we got to bowl across the house in that, and crossing with nut sauce was a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. And we're taking any questions or anyone that has any high score shout outs, please get them in here. We definitely want to hear about them. We didn't have league this week on Wednesday because of school vacation week.
That's correct, yeah.
The week before that, we had 3 300s.
Did we?
On Wednesday night. I'm trying to remember who they were now. And I can't, my brain is fogging up on me.
Was Donnie Kopax, or was that before?
That was
earlier in the season.
Earlier, I believe. Matt Quick, was he one of them, or was he the week before?
I can't remember.
I don't know. We had 3 guys on Wednesday, and gosh, if I could remember any of them.
That was 2 weeks ago now. So yeah.
You know what?
Sorts of stuff.
You know what? I bet I know where I can find it. Hold on. You take the con for a minute here, and I'm going to look on my league secretary in my email. I bet I can find it.
Matt Quick, I think, was one of them.
Let's see.
Because
Last week's top
it
scores.
was Donnie Kopax was before that for sure.
All right, Matt Quick,
Yep.
Tony Filipiak.
Okay, yeah, Tony.
I guess it was just two. I thought we had
was it
three.
Just the two.
Yeah, just the two. High series was Joe Colcourt, 767. Travis Farr with a 748 and a 290. He had a 290.
Oh, okay.
And then Loli Old Me with my 736. So, yeah. So there was some big numbers there. So, good job, guys.
I heard that there was an employee that got taken down by the oil machine now.
Oh, yeah, Meredith. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, that's how her foot, it's in a cast now.
Ooh, yeah, I guess for like a month.
An oil machine landing on your foot your foot's going to lose that every single time.
Fucking right.
That thing's heavy.
It's a heavy motherfucker.
Yeah, so I'm glad that she's hopefully going to be good in about a month. We did just enough on Wednesday to avoid 1 and 2, by the way.
Did we?
Yeah, we did just enough. We're on 21 and 22 instead. So
okay. Yeah,
that's good.
I'll take that into
That's good. I like that.
The old 31, 32.
Yeah.
I think I saw
Brian
two
Gaskell
29
checking in.
there.
Grindham saying, shout out to El Nino for 6. Absolutely. A great performance by El Nino. And not a great performance for some single pin spare shooting in that last advancers round.
I didn't
There was,
see it.
I think Belmo missed 3 10 pins. The one that the advances, not the very last round, but the one next to the last round. And I saw Stu missed a 7 pin, and actually I think El Nino had a couple 10 pins. So it was like weird. Like there was like this like plague going around where like single pins, like the balls didn't want to hit them.
I heard that Wes went 4 out and then 7-10 in the hole.
Wes had one game where he threw like the last 6 in a row, and then the 12th ball threw in the moat. I saw that was the first. I was like, I thought for a second, like I see a ball go down the gutter. You know how they clean out the single pins because they bounce out?
Yeah.
And I was like, was he cleaning out a single pin? No, it literally just went in the moat.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Great. High scoring tournament, though. Like, and props to my future son-in-law, AJ Chapman, for a nice 13th place finish. I know 1 out of the top 12 to get into that last round, but boy, he bowled great. I mean, it took basically almost a 240 average to make that final 12, which is insane, by the way.
Insane, yeah.
And they were bowling on Viper, I believe. So they made Viper look like a house shot.
Yeah. Well, Viper is the short that you can move in on, right?
Yeah. So basically, so it's funny. They put these, the new urethane rules in place thinking no one would use urethane. That's what I think was the original intent of this rule. And everyone
probably still got into it.
Everyone started with urethane the first 2 games, basically. And everyone, I mean AJ shot 300 with the 78 black hammer.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of 300s. El Nino had a couple 300s. Tackett had a 300. A bunch of guys. Stu Williams had 2 300s.
Shot 300.
Yeah, I know. Not shocker. Did you see what he averaged in this tournament? He's ungodly as a tournament leader. It's ridiculous. But
he's kind of good.
You know what was cool was to see Benji Martinez make the show. Like, I'm excited to watch him bowl tomorrow night. So, Brian, I hope if we're on the telecast tomorrow that we'll have access to watching the. Actually, you know what? I'm hoping we're bowling for the title tomorrow night. But
that would be even better, right?
Right. Then we'll have some guest announcers for the guest announcers.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Right. Guest announcers for the guest announcers.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be bowling for the whole title. We're gonna bowl for the title instead. Right. I like that idea better.
Yeah.
But yeah, El Nino 6th place. Obviously his best tournament finish of the year. Lumberjacks went 2-0, I think, in their matches.
Good.
And Waco still struggling. The Strikers, despite I think they have the 2nd highest team average, are sitting in like 7th. I think they went 0-2 again, or 1-1. But Waco's really struggling. And I think when we went through our kind of after the draft, we had our mock draft, which I liked our mock draft. But when they did the real draft, and I think we had said that even though Waco was the defending champion, we thought they might have a tough go. And, it's kind of – I thought Dallas is knocking down a lot of wood. They're just not winning matches. It's weird. Right. Like, they're just hitting like a hot team every single time they bowl.
That's how match play can be. We talked about the match play tournament.
Absolutely.
Our summer tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it is, man. You start to hit some hot players.
Absolutely.
And doesn't matter how hot you are, you still got to beat who
and, only the top 6 teams are coming to Portland. So, I mean, if you're 7th or 8th, you're in trouble. You know what I mean? So, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next round of matches because now you've seen a little bit of separation from top 4 to bottom 4. So you're going to have 5 through 8 kind of really jockeying for those last 2 spots. So Adam Splitters, the Kingpins are in a good spot. Adam Splitter is a good spot. Obviously, the Lumberjacks are in a good spot. I think the Kingpins are actually leading it right now. I think they have the best record. So how about a shout out now to Marshall Kent making another show after just winning a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Talk about a guy whose career has just turned right around again. I mean, he is throwing it so good, and it's phenomenal watching his kind of come back to the spotlight here. Really impressive.
Sure, yeah.
Impressive seeing what he's doing lately. So,
I mean, EJ's been pretty impressive the last couple of years. He's
the best bowler on the planet, right? I mean, I think you can say EJ Simonson right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of 1A at this point, and then Belmo's obviously, right? You can never count him out. So,
and that just goes to show you, though. So you just brought out like they're 1 and 2 or 1 and 1 in individual bowling,
right?
But yet you put them together on a team. Why are they not?
Why are they not winning? Right.
So it just goes to show you sometimes individual.
So your 3 best bowlers in the world,
great.
right? Team event's different, a whole different animal, right?
And then you have like a player like Nino who bowled great this week and got 6.
Right.
But man, he's a fucking team player.
Well, you take a guy like BJ Moore who's won 3 Elias Cups.
Right.
BJ Moore. And BJ Moore throws a great player.
He's awesome.
But 1 title.
Right.
But 3 Elias Cups.
Yeah.
So there's guys that are great team players. Then you have guys who are both. Tommy Jones is like that amalgam of both.
Yeah.
Right? Great player, won a bunch of titles. Won a bunch of team titles too, won in every environment possible.
Yeah.
So probably the ultimate team player there. Dick Allen's another guy who is.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, he was absolutely nails when he was up here this year again in Portland. I mean, he's won in Portland before.
Building, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's won tournament in that building before. So, So I mean, there's guys that are just made for the team environment.
Well, and then there's those doubles pairings too that are just fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And look at like
Ogle and Rash. Ogle and Rash are
know?
like a great team pairing together.
Absolutely,
You know what I mean? Kent and what's his name? They're great together. I can't even think of him now.
Kent and what's his name?
Kent and what's his name? Who's Kent's partner? He's really good. I can't think of his name.
Kent and what's his name?
They always make TV. They always make the double show.
So good you can't remember.
Right.
I can't remember.
Anyways, doesn't matter.
I mean, but Rash and Ogle, they've been dominating over the years together. So it's great. So I don't know.
It's fun. Yeah.
So Hoope made his first win, right?
Yeah. Did you see? So Hoope this time tied with O'Neill for the 32nd spot. They'd have a 1-game roll off. And if Bill O'Neill's watching, you $1 because I saw you chuck that chamois. That's $1 for in our
Did
how
it
we
make a
do
sound?
things.
Did you hear it?
I heard it.
Did it knock down a beer?
I don't think so. I don't know. I couldn't see the table. I just saw the chamois go by the screen. So
was it like a frisbee throw?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it was one of those, because like
tomahawk frisbee.
Because he left this awful wrap. I mean, Bill threw it so good and just wrapped the 10 like crazy after Mitch doubled, and he had to have that strike to stay in the match. It just wraps a 10, and then here goes the putter throw.
And then wrapped a 10-year-old youth player with his hand.
Maybe it's possible. You never know.
He was just both league. I mean,
right? Exactly. So those are the high scores. There are a couple 300s on league, which was cool. No 300s on Alcatraz. I can tell you that right now. No. We have so I want the stats were updated, and on our league, we have some very good bowlers on our league, right? On our bow pull league. Alcatraz 38 has been brutal, like brutal. Like even more brutal than like when we bowled on it for the KWT.
Well, you got to figure you get a good group of bowlers.
Fresh oil.
Breaking them down on the fresh.
Right.
You don't have, we opened at noon, Christmas vacation week.
School vacation week, and you're bowling late shift at 8:30. Like, good luck.
You look at the heads, and on like 11, you can't see any oil, like as far down as you can see the glare.
Right.
And then on 12, you can see a little bit,
it's like smudged.
Yeah. Wow. So that's
it's like some weeks you go into Alcatraz. This week it was like the Colorado Supermax prison is what it felt like. You know what I mean? So
Alcatraz in its heyday.
Right. Yeah, exactly. No one escapes. But Yeah, so no one on the league is averaging 200 right now. High average on the league is 198. I mean, Moses sub for us 1 week and average 202 or whatever, but I mean that's just 3 games. So like when you're talking about just reg, you can kind of throw that out.
Wasn't
just
that
taxi
on the
squad
new side of the building too?
Yeah, it was on 5 and 6, I think.
Yeah, which is significantly easier on that side.
Yeah, I think I shot 440 for 2 or something for that week. I mean, I've only bowled over there twice. I think I have 4 games on that side.
Yeah,
So
I have 2 games on that side.
So everything else has been on the east side.
Yeah.
Brutal. Late, especially late. Late's
Yeah.
brutal on the east. So I tried resin game 1 this week. Horrible. Just 147, 5 splits, covered 1 of them. Never missed any makeables. Switched back to I took the white dot out. I had redone the white dot, for my new grip. Made all my makeables with it because Tommy Guns was like, I like you with regular plastic. I don't like that spine in here.
Okay.
I was like, all right, well, let's try it. What the
I
hell?
thought it was a Maxim. Which had the
Maxim.
yellow and black.
Whatever it is. Yeah, sure.
It's a Maxim.
Thank you. I'm glad you know what I'm throwing.
Maxim,
I'm
okay.
throwing. It's plastic. So
Nothing.
I had been using my urethanes for my
Really?
corner pins, so I made all the makeables, and then game 2 shot clean. So I'm like, I've had enough. Like I tried the resin, I tried even my black 4,000 grit hammer. I'd taken one of my purples up to 4,000, and it was actually a little too sensitive on the school vacation week pair. So then I have my in case of emergency break glass, old made in USA purple, 9 series. Took that out, clean 227. That's at 1,000, just straight up, nothing special. I don't touch the cover on it. I just got whatever lane oils on it too. So we'll just throw that.
Because it's about as soft as silly putty right now.
Right. I was surprised I could get out of my bag, from what they say from their, from their quote, testing. I'm surprised I didn't pick it up and it just didn't drip goo into my bag.
You just pull it out and it's just a thumb slug and finger grip. just dirty slug and grips.
Right. It's dirty. What's going on here? So. So Travis got back to me. He'll be on in just a couple of minutes, so I'm just getting back to him. So that's good.
That'll be great. Travis Sparks, he runs the DVH Shootout, one of the biggest side tournaments the week of Junior Gold, or I guess it's on both sides of Junior Gold, before and after.
Yeah.
Provide, and not only does that provide another avenue to qualify for Junior Gold, but it's an avenue to get smart funds, and you get a bowling ball out of the deal.
Yeah, so hopefully while we have Travis in here, I know he wants to talk about some other youth stuff that's going to be going on. I was just going through some old messages with him, talking about, what's going on in his world. He's going to talk about a couple of different events. I believe a Pittsburgh Junior Shootout, the DVA Gold for Life Shootout, and a Junior Gold Qualifier in May. So I believe that's what he's going to be covering tonight.
Cool.
So hopefully we can pry the information out of him for what the DV8 ball. My smart
Maybe
money.
He doesn't know.
And if he doesn't know, my guess is going to be the new Troublemaker.
I would guess so.
Because last year was the original Troublemaker.
And that was hugely popular.
It was. Do I have one of those over there? I think I might. I don't know. Whatever's over there for balls in this guy.
And so that ball is marketed, and it was built for two-handers, no thumb players.
Right.
But I got to tell you, Frankie, everyone we've drilled, even with a thumb, has
They
performed
love
amazing.
it. Yeah, they love it.
My
Well,
daughter
absolutely
loves
love
that ball.
It rolls really good for her too. Actually.
Yeah.
So.
I actually have another high school player, Anthony Cole, loves that ball and gives him a completely different shape than the other stuff he has in his bag.
For sure.
So
yeah.
It's awesome.
What grade is Anthony in this year?
Anthony was a senior this year. He's going to go and bowl for Rochester Institute of Technology.
Is he? RIT. My friend Carl went to college at RIT and loved his experience up there. He actually did graphic design.
Yep.
And he made a nice career out of it. So I
he's
think,
going for computer sciences. So.
Yeah. So it's a great campus, a great school. I've heard nothing but good things about RIT.
Yeah.
And it's not too far away from, my sister lives in the Canandaigua area, so it's not too far from there. So
he'll be pretty close to Brooke, who will be at Hobart and William Smith. So
all the lovely ladies from the Niagara Falls region. Anyone knows that reference, please, you should know if you're our age what that reference is from. So
so that's great. Yeah, I've already talked to his soon-to-be coach, Matt.
Okay.
Yeah, and so he'll be welcome onto the team there. Their team, so it isn't NCAA because the men's team's a club team.
Club team, okay. I didn't know if they were NAIA or club or what they were.
Yeah,
so,
but they have a big program.
Nice.
And obviously, it's a great school. Great school for him to go to for computer science.
Absolutely, yeah. You can't go wrong there. So
and so
awesome.
he'll be able to bowl and go to school. And I had two that are going to school for bowling this year.
Yeah, because Brooke will be out that way too, out in that area. So it's great. So
yeah, it'll be fun. I think we're gonna have to go see a couple of her matches.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. That'd be fun. So it's gonna be. I mean, it's great to see the kids do well, kind of grow up, and then kind of move on to that next chapter of their careers and kind of continue that bowling with them. So. It looks like we have Travis Sparks coming in here. Let me go ahead and get Travis up here. Let me.
Do you have our volume turned up on the computer?
Yes, it should be. We should be all set. Travis, are you here with us? Can you hear us?
Absolutely. Yes, gentlemen.
All right. So, Travis, we were just talking about getting you in here. I'm going to let you kind of take the wheel and let us know what you want to talk about. Obviously, you do a wonderful job with youth bowling events with the juniorbowling.com and all the stuff that you're involved in, the DVA Bowl for Life shootout, all that. Well, give us an idea of what's going on and fill us in.
All right. I hope my tongue works because I just read Fox and Socks by Dr. Seuss to my kids, and that is the toughest Dr. Seuss book that there is. I got my water, so I think I'm all right. Well, when I first set this up with you guys, I originally had 2 tournaments to talk about. Now I've got 4.
Oh,
just in that 6-week window that it was, I've been asked to run 2 more tournaments, and thank you, honey. She's letting me do it. Got to ask my wife Jen first. Jen is the first of all, I got to thank her for letting me continue to do this. She's back managing Colony Park Lanes and Games here in York. And she works hard at it and does very well. And juggling that with helping to raise our twins, and Catherine and Charlotte will be 3 next Saturday. Hard to believe already.
Wow, congratulations. That's awesome.
Yes, they have been bowling a few times, still using the bumpers and the ramp, but when they're ready for it, they'll take to the lanes. And also, I need to thank my good friend Jeff Smith at Pureit Pro Shop in Ephrata, Pennsylvania. He allows me to use his point of sale system so I can take all the credit card entries. So, and nice. He also comes with me to my Pittsburgh events to help out, and he runs a really nice shop. It's actually an old 8-lane bowling center that he bought. He rents out actually. And he's made it his own, and he's building his brand very well. And he's nice enough to ask me to be on his staff, and also to let me use his credit card system and help me out wherever I can. So thank you to Jeff very much, and also Weaver Associates in Lancaster, PA, for letting me do all my printing. Okay, let's go to last weekend in April. That'll be my next event, my annual event in Pittsburgh. It's 20 straight years that I'm out in Pittsburgh. We're at Nesbitt's Lanes, April 27th and 28th for the Pittsburgh Junior Shootout. The main part of the tournament is Sunday, youth handicap. It's a 3-game sweeper with a 1-game final at 9 a.m. And then youth scratch, 6 games, top 6 boys and girls advance to their own finals. That is Sunday afternoon at 12 noon. Saturday, handicap division for under 12 and under 15 at 3 o'clock on one side of the house. And on the other side of the house, I'm doing a collegiate division for 18 to 21-year-olds. Both those will start at 3 o'clock on Saturday. You can go to juniorbowling.com and sign up for all of them. Place that we're having it is Nesbitt's Lanes in Pittsburgh. Great story about it. Back during the pandemic. It's a family-run center. It's been open 75 years. They took a hit because it's mostly league bowling there, and they couldn't do it. They just couldn't be open, and they were closed a little longer than usual. Luckily, the snack bar was open, and they were able to provide some meals to first responders and anybody who wanted takeout during the height of the pandemic. One of the league bowlers started a GoFundMe. and the goal was $100,000. They raised $120,000.
Wow, nice.
Wow.
Guess
Nice.
who was the biggest contributor to the GoFundMe?
I'm not.
Number one, that's your first clue. Number one. Number two, he's not a bowler. And number three, he's the hottest personality in sports talk radio recently.
Ooh. I don't know. Who is it?
Pat McAfee.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
No kidding. Wow, that's awesome.
Nesbitt's Lanes is down the hill from Plum High School. Pat went to Plum,
Yep.
and he admitted that he hung out at the parking lot at Nesbitt's Lanes quite often after school. And don't quote me on this, but I think he gave $35,000 to that GoFundMe to keep them in business. Rich Nesbitt is one of the nicest guys I've ever worked with. He'll be 70 years old. I know he's talking retirement. And Rich has just been awesome to work with. And when you get to Nesbitt's Lanes, we have a superstition that my name has to be on the marquee or the power goes out, which is absolutely true, because 2 years the power went out and then my name wasn't on the marquee. So
Oh boy.
when you drive past Nesbitt's, you'll see my name on the marquee advertising the tournament. And it'll be a fun time. Chuck and Deb, Bowl for Life, they're coming up.
Nice.
Brunswick Youth Experience will be there again.
Awesome.
And it's going to be a great weekend. Like always, we give out on average over $5,000 and about 10 junior gold spots.
Awesome.
So,
that's great. Yeah.
and it's 20 years that we're doing that. And Turner Dairy Farms, a local dairy, sponsors that. They've given $500 already towards both junior gold qualifying and scholarships. So thank you to Turner Dairy Farms and Walt Turner for their sponsorship the last 5 years. Greatly appreciated. Thank you.
That's fantastic. Yeah, that's great. Definitely hope that fills up really good for you.
The following week, this is one of the two that I've added. Saturday, May 4th, I'm adding a last chance junior gold qualifier at Imperial Lanes in Milton, Pennsylvania, the center part of the state. And it's a center that's owned and operated by Andy Nyer, former PBA pro,
Absolutely.
and dad of the Ginger Assassin,
That's right.
Anthony Nyer.
Yep.
Who, when he was up your way for King of the Hill or King of the Lanes, I think it was. He had an absolute blast up there.
We had a good time with Anthony up here. We had a good time. Yeah,
he's a good
he's
guy.
fun.
Yeah.
He's fun dude.
I've known him since he was yay big. He's always been that big of a guy. And he's a really, really neat guy to be around. He and his sister, I've known them since they were young. Andy asked me to run one at his center. He was nice enough 20 years ago to also buy a bowling center, an 8-lane old-fashioned above-ground ball return center that had been closed for a couple of years up in Schuylkill County, where I used to live. And I ended up bowling there for 8 years while I still lived up there. He would come down from Milton, a good hour drive, and we'd bowl in a team together with good buddy Dave Schley, his friend, and now who owns that center. And Andy's a great guy, loves junior bowling. He's still at it. He bowls the senior events. He bowls as much as he can, and great guy to work with. And he also was good friends with a gentleman named Lee Hummel, who used to own a couple bowling centers in the area. He passed away a few years ago. And Lee helped me tremendously when I was starting out with tournaments. And Lee's oldest son, Dave, is now helping Andy out. Dave's got 2 daughters who bowls my events, bowls PJBTs. And, after not seeing each other for 20 years, we've, been very good friends for all those years. And he actually helped me get this together. So it's 5 games, just 5 games qualifying. That's it. And advancers go to junior gold in Michigan. It's one of the last chances you're going to have, because qualifying has to wrap up May 15th for 24 junior gold. So this will be Saturday, May 4th in Milton, Pennsylvania. Easy to get to off Interstate 80. It'll be a 12 noon start, and signups are now available at juniorbowling.com for that event.
Nice. Very good.
Okay.
The second event I was asked to run along with my wife at Colony Park Lanes and Games, where my wife works. The high school bowling national championships are coming to Pennsylvania in June, right across the river in Lancaster. They're expecting team high schools from 20 states at least. It was in Kentucky last year. It's in Lancaster, Pennsylvania this year. And the guys at Bowler Supply, they want to run a companion event, kind of like what I run with the DV8 shootout.
Mhm.
And they're going to kind of do its same deal with like how we give out a DV8 at the shootout. Well, we got Hammer to sponsor this one.
Nice.
And every bowler who bowls in the Hammer Youth Open, June 7th, 8th, 9th, or 10th, is going to get a Black Widow Legend.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be part of the entry.
That's
So,
cool.
yeah, thanks to Bugsy and the guys at Brunswick for helping to get this together. It's just going to be a 4-game sweeper. We're going to have 2 squads June 7th, 2 squads June 8th, 1 squad June 9th, and 2 squads on Monday, June 10th. Going to kind of gear it around the time schedule for the high school bowling finals, which goes, the practice sessions are Friday and competition is Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So we've geared our squads towards that, but it's open to all youth bowlers. It's a scratch event,
Nice.
4 games, 1 pattern. We'll have junior gold qualifying for 25 brackets, high game. We'll add some side pots as well. Plus everybody gets a Black Widow Legend. One of the local Kulik representatives, he's going to donate some jerseys as well. Plus we'll do raffles and raise some scholarship money. That info, I'll have that on my Facebook for juniorbowling.com, where we just finalized the rules and the flyer and the deal with everything. So that'll be up next week. You can look at my Facebook page, juniorbowling.com, for all of that information. And thanks to Andy Brenneman and my wife for helping do much of the legwork for that. And I said, yeah, I'll give up 2 days of work. I'll give up 2 vacation days to run a tournament right here in town. Sure, no problem.
Yeah, why not?
And it's not end of the month, so yeah, I'll do it. So
Cool.
thank you to those guys for offering. And then the granddaddy of them all, the DV8 shootout, DV8 Bowl for Life, juniorbowling.com shootout. Imperial Lanes, Clinton Township, Michigan. And the dates will be Thursday, July 11th, Friday, July 12th. And then after junior gold qualifying is over, Friday, July 19th.
Okay.
We'll have the ball announcement coming up in the spring.
Okay.
Format is going to be the same: 6 games, 2 games on a short pattern, 2 games on a medium pattern, 2 games on a long pattern. The Thursday night and the first Friday morning squad, we have the entire house, 80 lanes, so we can fit 234 bowlers.
Nice.
The other squads, we've reserved 50 lanes, so we'll have room for 144 bowlers. And like I said last year, my goal is 1,000 entries. And if we fill all the squads, it'll be like almost 1,100.
Nice.
So our goal is to get 1,000 entries and just have fun like we always do. Bowl for Life will be there.
Yep.
Brunswick Youth Experience will be there. No doubt we'll have at least Parker Bone III there, because his daughter Sydney, that's her final year of junior gold, and then all of his kids are too old then, believe it or not.
Right. It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, the people up there at Imperial Lanes have been very good to me. This will be our 4th time that we're up there. I'll always remember the first time we were there, 2008, the final squad, and this was before Youth Open really became a big thing. It was July 5th, 2008. We had 243 bowlers for 1 squad, and the last ball was thrown at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oof.
We had 10, 11 on a pair because there was nothing else going on. Everybody wanted to bowl this event.
Right.
And,
Right.
I thought, we were taking entries to, like, if the squad was supposed to start at 7, they told me the squad didn't start till 8 o'clock. I thought it was earlier than that, but I was just going crazy trying to take entries and get everything going. But
Right.
we are limiting it to 3 on a lane. And then the final squad, the last Friday night, we'll have 7 on a pair if we need to, in order to, accommodate as many as possible and get 1,000. It's the place is easy to get to. It's off of M59, which is easy access from I-75, the M53 Van Dyke Road. It's actually about 20 miles north of downtown Detroit, and really easy to get in and out of. So thank you to Joe Biondo, the managing partner, Jen Heyman, the manager, and everybody affiliated with that center up there. It's great to go up to Detroit. Looking forward to it again.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this should be a good time. You always run a top-notch event anyways. Obviously, my daughter bowled a bunch of times out there with you. And, anyone would be crazy not to bowl that tournament before or after or both. It doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, definitely get out there and do it. Well worth the money, well worth the experience, well worth the whole thing. Is great.
Yeah, we'll be out there because Brooke will be bowling for sure in this tournament. So are entries open for that yet, Travis?
Yes. I've got about 100 entries already. No squad is. None of the squads are nearing capacity, obviously. And I do want to also thank the folks at Recruit US.
Okay.
They're the official college recruiter of juniorbowling.com. Dennis has been nice enough to offer a special which goes up until next week. I believe next Wednesday is the cutoff. If you can buy both an entry to the DV8 shootout and a 366-day membership to Recruit US for people who haven't gotten an account with Recruit US already, for $215 total. This is normally a $420 value between the tournament and the 1 year subscription as a bowler and grades 7 through 12 to Recruit US. It's a great deal if you or your kids, they want to get to college, they want to bowl collegiately after their graduation. The whole package at top price is normally $420. You can get it now through Wednesday for $215, and Recruit US will give a donation back to juniorbowling.com for the scholarship fund. So thank you to Dennis for your support for our event too.
Very good. That's great. I mean, it's sponsors like that. You need those type of sponsors to really help to grow the sport for the youth bowlers, for the tournaments and everything. And we always appreciate all the sponsors we get for all of our tournaments up here. And obviously you do as well with your events.
Yeah. And yes, like you guys said, Avery bowled, AJ is bowled, Brooke is bowled. Yeah. My wife is bowled back in the early years of running it. So, I consider I'm so proud of all the graduates. I tell everybody, you bowl one of my events, I consider you family for the rest of my life.
Absolutely. For sure.
Before my girls were born, I said, people would ask, how many kids do you have? Well, over the last 30 years, I'd say about 2,500 to 3,000. And I was lying. Between all the tournaments that I ran myself and helping PJBTs and the best tournament when Chuck Pisano was still running events, and helping Parker run his event, when Danny Weissman ran his scholarship event. And it just, we stay in touch so much. I've still got people who haven't bowled tournaments in 5-10 years still saying hi to me on Facebook, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's nice when if the time ever comes when, if I ever get inducted into a Bowling Hall of Fame, my speech will be bowling brings us together, and it's true, because all these, we consider ourselves family. And I've been doing a lot of genealogy, studying my family history the last couple of years, and I'm even finding relatives from 60 years ago who bowled, and just neat things. Because if you look on newspapers.com and you try and find, you do a search of a bowler, you're going to find their bowling scores in almost every week for areas that have newspapers that publish scores every week. The AI is going to find that name, and it's like, okay, you're going to see one name, and then 1 week later you'll see something. 1 week later you see something. It just it blossoms from there. So, bowling is a wonderful family. They've always been good to me, and one of the really neat things, and I'll wrap it up with this here. One of the neat when I did family history, my part of my family is originally from Missouri on the Sparks side, and it's no surprise that I found out I was related to Spencer Robarge.
Oh,
You
wow.
know,
No kidding.
Wow.
That's
he
really
and I
cool.
are ninth cousins, so you got to go back 9 generations, about
Yeah.
300 years to find the common marriage to go from my
Mhm.
branch to his branch. And I thought, you know, perfect reasoning to say bowling brings us all together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
My feeling is up in the heavens while we're bowling and playing cards and tiddlywinks down here, there's a really interesting game of chess, Stratego and Clue going on above the clouds where everybody's saying, all right, let's move this guy over here. Let's move this guy. Let's get these two to meet together here because their families were related 10 generations ago. It's like,
Mhm.
it's so much fun to look at that. That's my late night relaxation when I'm not doing tournament stuff or taking care of my kids. So
Well, that's
yeah.
great. Yeah, awesome stuff, Travis. And we always appreciate having you on and love the fact that you're able to get some more information out for 4 different events coming up. And definitely people need to take advantage of that early bird special for the DVH shootout package there with the recruiter. Yep.
Yep, Recruit US. That deal is good through this Wednesday. If they do decide to continue the special after February 28th, so be it. And thank you, Dennis, if you choose to. But make sure you get your entries in by Wednesday. And within 48 hours of getting your entry in, you'll get your membership started, your 366-day membership started. Dennis has been very good at getting back to people and starting their membership right away.
And
awesome.
as far as entries for the DVH shootout, where can people enter? Where can they do that?
JuniorBowling.com. That's where they can go. I had a little difficulty with the website. So it turns out both my domain host and my website host they don't offer free. I don't know what the word is. The free connection anymore. It's like I got to pay a monthly fee just to get that. Well, I made the payment today, so juniorbowling.com is back up. You can also go to the Pureit Bowling website, Pureit Pureit bowling.com. Go to tournaments, and 3 of the 4 events will be listed there.
Okay.
And then for the Hammer Youth Open, you can go to colonyparklanesnorth.com. The entry for that event will be there as well. So juniorbowling.com first. If that doesn't work, then go to Pureit Bowling or Colony Park Lanes North, or go to juniorbowling.com on Facebook. I'll have links for everything there too.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you so much, Travis, for taking a few minutes tonight. Always love having you on, and hopefully we'd like to have you on when the announcement comes for what ball's available for the Bowl for Life DVA shootout.
I'll make sure I don't read Fox and Sox before I'm on then.
All right, that sounds good, Travis. It's a deal. Yeah. Thanks a lot, my friend. I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Be well, guys. Thank you very much.
All right,
keep
take
up
care.
The great work.
Yes, keep it up.
For sure.
All right, everyone.
Thank you.
That was Travis Sparks from juniorbowling.com. So that was awesome. Great stuff tonight from Travis. Wow. So
he does such a great work. I mean,
he does. He does a phenomenal job, and such a nice guy, and we love having Travis on. And as soon as that ball announcement comes out, we'll have him hop right on here and give it to you all. So.
Yeah, absolutely. He announced the ball last year here on our show. Mm-hmm. We were the first ones to break
absolutely. That. And the oil patterns.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the oil patterns? Yeah, he had those on. Yeah. He had those on here as well. So hopefully we'll get that exclusive as well again. I'm sure that we will. So.
And, you know, I mean, the DVH shootout alone is a huge, huge youth tournament. Now he's adding all these other tournaments.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, the guy is doing great things for our youth.
And any youth that hadn't qualified yet and you're in that area, that last chance one coming up in May, take advantage of that. So, I mean, Sparks checked in and says, whoa, another Sparkles. He said,
right. Yeah.
And Randy Plummer said, thank you, Travis, for everything you do for the youth. And by the way, QDD just put up eyeballs when he was announcing those other tournaments.
Yes.
So just by the way, just to let you know, there might be more money flying out of the wallet. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, it sounds like Brooks going to be another Widow Tour bag.
Right, yeah. So that's pretty cool. He said the Black Widow legend, right? That's pretty cool.
That hasn't even been around straight.
So.
Might have been a little slippage there.
Not like we're not talking like Janet Jackson Super Bowl halftime slippage, but you know,
almost
pretty close.
This is a Black Widow, bro.
Sure.
And he said that they just finalized it with Bugsy
and shit. I like it.
Yeah,
So a little exclusive.
You know damn well that
Frankie
wasn't supposed to be
show.
talk,
So, The 3.0 is
just came out.
By the way, I drove the 3.0 for Mrs. Brady, and she loves it. Like, loves it.
What was the original Legend? Was that a Pearl?
I think so. Wasn't it red? Pretty sure it was red. Well, there was a couple. There was a Legend and a Red Legend.
There was a Dark Legend too.
Dark Legend. There was a whole bunch of them. So yeah, there was a whole bunch of them. So.
We're gonna be speculating,
right? I mean, let the speculation run wild here. I love it. So, well, thank you guys. That's all we have for tonight. Thank you, Travis, for coming on and announcing those details for those 4 different events, and really looking forward to everything coming up. Don't forget, March 3rd, the next KWT event, Red Square.
Red Square.
Brutal. Be fun. Our next tournament, dual pattern tournament on the 17th. We will probably open up. I'm going to say we'll probably open up entries like March 1st-ish for that, because, I mean, the Carl's event's already full. So we'll probably open them up. I mean,
well, so it's March 3rd.
We can always open them up the 4th.
Why don't we do it the 4th?
Yeah, we'll do it on. So the plan on Monday the 4th. We'll open up entries for our tournament.
Yeah, the Monday after the Carl's.
Yeah.
That way people don't get confused.
Yeah,
and shit, you know.
And basically, right after that, I mean, he can open up entries for the Carl's event and for the one that's literally a week after ours.
Right.
So it's a little bit truncated, but all kinds of sport bowling.
Wait, is it? Yeah, so it's the
24th, right?
Yeah.
The week right after ours. Yeah. That's why I wasn't sure if we wanted to open up entries a little earlier or if we just want to wait until.
So the Sunday after that is April Fool's Day then? Is there nothing going on April Fool's Day?
On April 1st.
Right. So, by the way, if you're like north of everything in the world this weekend and you happen to be like
April 1st on Monday
in Canada.
Oh yeah,
you can bowl the Evergreen Open.
The Evergreen Open, yeah. That's this weekend, right?
Sunday.
Yeah.
I was considering it, but I would have had to leave 2 weeks ago to get there. So.
That's true. That's a good point. I'm going to Rhode Island. I'm going to be down there for 2 tournaments this weekend. I'd like to do that double dip. Bring home 2 titles.
That'd be fucking cool.
Become a multi-time champion in 1 weekend.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Fucking.
Right? It'd be great.
And then don't go to
we'll have a lot of fun
because we're running our own tournament.
I'll go to both if they're on different weekends. Maybe one could be on a Saturday and then one's a Sunday, and I'll just get both. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
I'm excited. I can't wait. I get to be on the mic with Grinding Gaskell, which is going to be a blast.
No, you're going to be bowling.
That's right. I forget.
You're going to be bowling, and they're going to have to find a guest announcer
for the guest announcer. I'll be like running around the bowling alley. Yo, we need someone over here on the mic. Practice starts in 5 minutes.
Just grab a youth player.
Right.
Stick the mic in their hand and be like, you got this, right?
Well, Cousin It, where are you? Cousin It likes to get on the mic. Get him up here. Get him down here.
Just ask him. Hey, are
you
right-handed or left-handed?
I guarantee he'll be Caribou.
Be like, right-handed. Okay. So what's the pin way to the right? 10 pin. Good.
All right, you're good. You're up.
Yeah.
Here's a little palm mic. Just gotta get him. So, all right. So thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. We appreciate it. We'll have another Fridays with Frankie probably next Friday. We'll cover all our usual stuff, and we'll announce the ball that we're going to be raffling off at the Carl's event that Sunday. I got a whole bunch to choose from here, and I'll let you know what I choose.
I see a stack of balls over there.
There's a stack of bowling balls. You can't see them, but there's a stack of bowling balls
I
to
can
choose from. There's all kinds of great stuff. There is.
I see hammer boxes,
DVA
boxes, track
radical
boxes.
track, you name it, we got it. So we're gonna have something. I'm not sure what it is yet, but it'll be one of those that are in the pile. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you everyone for tuning in tonight, and I'll let you know how everything went down in Rhode Island this weekend. And ding dong, stay safe, my friend.
I will. Actually, Brooks got a Zen has a junior gold. I think I'm gonna go to that.
Okay, cool. And you have youth bowling in the morning tomorrow, so all kinds of fun. So, all right. Well, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time on the Frankie and Ding Dong Show. And if we don't see you before then, we'll definitely see you next Sunday at the Carl's World Tournament, Red Square 40 event. So
yeah,
should be fun.
We'll be streaming that.
We will be
live on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our Twitch stream. Remember, get in there, like and subscribe. And
absolutely, like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and once we get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, we will do a giveaway. We promise. So, all right, as Ding Dong says,
get those kids.